Today on All Out Brick, we're going to be taking a look at the Rockoh T3. We're going to build the set, review it, and then give out a score. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Christian from All Out Brick. Welcome to another Matsunui Monday. As always, the best way to tag along with us every week is to subscribe and turn on notifications. This week, we're going to be taking a look at the Rockoh T3, which is one of the battle vehicle sets released during that 2008 wave of Bionicle. The Rockoh T3 is an aircraft made by Artakha, who is a very ancient and powerful craftsman. It was created along the other two battle vehicles, which we'll be covering in the next couple weeks. Pohatu discovered the vehicle when the Toa Nuva entered the Codrex and used it to chase after Antroz, who had stolen the Jetrax T-6. Pohatu really choked on this one, being shot down by Antroz and nearly wrecking all three battle vehicles. Taking a look at the packaging, on the front of the box we got a nice action shot of the Rockoh T3 and Pohatu flying this thing through the sky. The blaster is firing off a couple different shots there. In the bottom left corner, we've got the age range 9 to 16, the set number, and 390 piece count. There's also a small graphic of Pohatu with the Rockoh T3 because it's almost like a little bonus for the set. The battle vehicle sets are very highly regarded within the Bionicle community, but I've never built one. So I can't wait to finally go ahead and do that and build this thing and see if it can get those battle vehicle sets off to a great start. Let's go ahead and crush the build. After a 1-hour build, the Rockoh T3 and Pohatu are both completed. Let's go ahead, start off with the battle vehicle, and then we'll take a look at Pohatu. This ended up being a much longer, more intricate build than I imagined heading into the set. The build itself was pretty technical and caught me off guard with the level of difficulty. It wasn't flawed as being too difficult, but it presented a nice challenge and kept me more engaged throughout the build. Like I said before, I know that these battle vehicles are very highly regarded, but for the smallest one of these three, I would not have expected it to be this big. That's not a bad thing though. There's a really interesting balance in this vehicle between a bulkier, boxy appearance in the center with much more aerodynamic edges and details. While yes, I know this set comes way before this next comparison, it reminds me of Rey's speeder from The Force Awakens. This machine would definitely guzzle gas like a son of a gun, but it also looks like it could perform some really sharp cuts in the sky. The pops of green add quite a bit of character to the Rockoh T3. There's really not many of the dark green and lime pieces, but they're just so effective, and I'm happy we got this color scheme instead of just a much more monotone gray appearance. One of the things about early Bionicle that got me so hooked as a little kid was the pop of color. Throughout the years, things have gotten a little bit more broody and muted, so it's nice to bring just a little bit of that color pop back. I was really surprised at just how many weapon pieces are spread throughout this thing. There was a portion of the build toward the end where it felt like non-stop sections of weapon attachments, but each of the parts add a layer of detail and sculpting to the vehicle, and I really love the result. I was getting really pumped up at how the different weapon parts were coming from different years of Bionicle. We got some Rockoh parts, Toa Metru parts, and so on throughout the various lines over the years. The 2008 story really wraps up a lot of the previous 7 years together, and this was a symbolic representation of that to me. Whether that was intentional or not on the designer's end, I don't know, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. The main play feature with the Rockoh T3 is the ability to fire off that Maidoc Sky Blaster. The Sky Blaster holds 6 spheres at maximum ammo and is triggered by a single black lift arm which protrudes from the left side of the vehicle. The trigger is a bit awkward to me. I think it would have felt a little bit more natural if it was pushed forward instead of pulled back, just due to how the part sits. What I love about this feature is how it keeps spheres locked into the ammunition stock by way of a single long blue Technic pin. It prevents them from falling out when flying the set through the sky or twisting it upside down. Speaking of flying this thing around, the grip for this set is located at the bottom and doesn't look too out of place. It does feel a little bit small for my hands though. This one was definitely designed with kids in mind. A special edition version of the Toa Nuva Pohatu is included with this set as a pilot. He's pretty similar to the Fantoka set, just minus a bit of the bulk from the weapon pieces on his arms and shoulders. We're also granted a new visor heads-up display, which looks so cool. But aside from those two things, it's the same old Pohatu, as you'd expect, just don't be getting the set just for Pohatu. Pohatu can mount onto the Rockoh T3 by snapping his hands into the handles right by the seat. Getting him to sit properly was a bit tricky for me at first, but I figured it out in no time. When it comes to current pricing for this set, in used condition, it'll set you back around $65 US, and if you're looking to go brand new, it's like $90 to $100 US. To be quite honest, with this set, there's not an egregious amount of difference between the used and the new versions of the set, so I think it might be worth exploring getting this set brand new sealed. Normally I don't say that, but the price range isn't that different between used and sealed, and this thing's been waiting 15 years to be opened. Someone's got to do it, right? At the used price point of $65, this set is a great deal and one you will not regret getting. It initially released for $40, so the markups haven't quite gotten to this one yet. In terms of the score, I'm going to give the Rockoh T3 a pretty solid 8.5. This was a very pleasant introduction to the battle vehicle sets, and so far this subwave is living up to the hype. I still can't get over that this is the smallest of the bunch. It still just seems so big. If you're interested in this set or holding off at all, just take the plunge now. The price is great. Next week can't come soon enough for me too. I just want to get to the next one. So there you have it, 8.5, that's your review. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to be the first to see all of our future content. Also be sure to check us out on our website and follow us on our social media pages. Until next time, stay bricking.